Hey folks, Wish SE. Had a couple of requests recently from subscribers who wanted an update on the M&P C.O.R.E. Had the C.O.R.E. now for quite some time. I put about somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 rounds through it. I really like it, and I have to say that it does take some time to go through the training curve of transitioning from iron sights to using the red dot optic itself. I will be doing a video comparing the C.O.R.E. to a Glock 17 with an RMR. What I noticed between the two guns, and we'll talk about this in the next video, is the placement of the sight on the Glock 17 is just a tad. It may be a millimeter or two lower. And because of that, the front sight is more obvious than it is on the M&P C.O.R.E. That being said, once you get used to where that front sight is and finding the red dot in the case of the RMR, what you find is it's very, very easy to get hits on target, particularly at distance. The proficiency, the hit level drops when you're at short distances because you're hunting that front sight and you're seeing the red dot, and it takes a while to get used to. So when I'm shooting at any distance greater than, say, 5 yards, what I find is I can get pretty quick hits. So as I've got a steel target out here at about 10 yards, as I come up, I see the front sight, and I can right away get on the trigger, and I can get hits fairly quickly because once that red dot settles in, I've got it. I found it. So what you can see here is the red dot again across the front of the sight in the middle there. And again, for me to see it here, I have to bring it up, but I'm just putting it in. So as you come up to point, that's really what you're seeing. You'll note the front sight is low, so you can just barely see the top of it. I've done something in that I painted some fluorescent paint on there on the front, and that allows me to see it a little bit better as I'm coming through here. But again, the red dot, once the red dot is on the target, you're able to press a shot. That's the main advantage. So we've got our steel down range here. And again, with the red dot optic, I'm coming up. As I see the dot, I press a shot. And you can see it's really fairly quick because once the red dot is on there, that's all you have to do. You can also adjust the brightness, the size of the red dot. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I prefer the setting to be on a 4. Again, it's contingent on the light source that you're shooting in. But I like a lighter, a smaller dot rather than a big dot. I'm looking more for the precision. And I try to run it as close to my AR-15, which is a 2 MOA, so it's a aim point with a 2 MOA, and I want to have a consistency. So long gun, red dot, handgun, red dot. Let's take a look. So sometimes I'm a little bit slow acquiring the front, finding the red dot, but once the red dot is on there, it's really quick. That was me just getting on the trigger too soon. And you can see we really don't have an issue getting hits. They got some other steel out there. Let's take a look at that. Again, those misses are just me, not the gun. So that type 1 malfunction, one of my reloads, happens sometimes. So one place that the red dot optics really shine is as you're looking for accuracy and you're creating distance. So I've spent a ton of time shooting iron sights, and iron sights are awesome. As my eyes have aged and the speed at which I can see things and the clarity of that has slowed down a little bit. So one thing you'll note about a red dot optic, and we're here at 5 yards, we're going to work our way back. And one of the things that I think you'll see is the ability to consistently get hits right where you want them by using the dot really make a difference. So we've got two shots that are pretty much on top of each other, 5 yards. Let's take a walk back a little bit. 10, it's about 10. It's 10 right here. So again, doing my same bit here. $10 yards. Now we're going to walk back, so I'm only shooting 2 each time. Walk back farther. Back here to 15. So now at 15, having a hard time just seeing the target out there, but hopefully what I should be able to do is I should be able to keep the shots right in there using the red dot optic. Okay, so 15 yards now. I've done 2 shots at 5, 10, 15, and I think when you see the target down there, you'll see that we did a reasonably good job of getting him. So the advantage, of course, of using some technology is this. Let's take a look. So with the exception, so we've got 5 shots in here, 1 shot high. I'm not quite sure when that happened. You can see that we can develop this kind of accuracy with this red dot optic as a tool for us to develop shooting. Well folks, thanks so much for watching. That's a real quick update on the M&P C.O.R.E. Bottom line, I like it quite a bit. It has taken a large training curve. I think because Smith went for a standardized upper here, right, a cut in the gun to allow multiple red dots, it is not as ideally set up as I believe the Glocks are, because people are specifically milling the Glock upper for this RMR. The core is to be designed to be used with, I think, 4 or 5 different red dot optics, which provides the user more flexibility, but it also compromises a little bit in where you can see the front sights. And for me, I would prefer to have the red dot optic maybe 2 millimeters lower, so the sights are easier to use in combination with the red dot optic. So that's it, folks. That's a quick update on the M&P C.O.R.E. Like it a lot? I think you will too. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay safe.